Hello, this is being recorded mere hours before I go to see Age of Ultron at midnight. I want to get this up as well or get it uploading at least before I leave, so I'm going to try and keep this quick and sharp and to the point and in one take if possible. Okay, I've already failed the one take thing because I started rambling nonsensically. So there's a cut. Anyway, what I want to talk about is what I very quickly talk about before I see Age of Ultron. I will put another video out once I've seen it, probably tomorrow or Friday or whatever. To review it and to talk about the Marvel Universe as a whole. Just a general review of the whole Marvel Universe. I'm up to date with everything as far as I know. I might have missed an episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I'm up to date, yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'll be up to date by the time I do that. But I wanted to talk briefly about what I think is the conundrum that Marvel are kind of working themselves into. Because I think it's interesting. What Marvel have achieved, Marvel dominate the superhero genre in films, and there's no, you can't deny that. I know there's a lot of DC fanboys on here. I get abuse from them, the DC fanboys, because of some of my other videos, which is surprising considering how small a channel this is, that I actually managed to get, quite a bit of hate. But anyway, Marvel have created something that I guess we kind of didn't see coming. It's become so huge. They've got 3 TV series now. One of them's on Netflix, and there's a couple more coming out. This would be the 11th film. It's all quite bizarre that it's somehow happened. The problem here, however, it strikes me, is that they're painting themselves into a corner in that at some point the series feels like it will become so convoluted that it'll be inaccessible to new viewers. And there are new viewers. I know people who have gone to see who saw Avengers or saw the Guardians of the Galaxy or things like that without having seen the previous films. It seems like a weird thing to do if you're a fanboy, of course. But people do that. People just don't have time, or they miss the films and they're not that worried about it. They want to just be able to casually see the films. But Marvel might be reaching a point where you can't casually watch them anymore. Age of Ultron sounds quite complicated. Now, I'm going to be talking spoilers, a little bit of spoilers for Ultron and Ant-Man, but they're only theoretical spoilers. Because all I'm really talking about is the rumour mill. I'm talking about what's rumoured to be happening in those films. So they might be spoilers if they're true, but they might just be nonsense. But yeah, Age of Ultron sounds like it's quite complicated. They've said it's delving much deeper into the comic book style of the world. There's a lot of plot threads, feels like it's coming together. They're doing like the Black Widow's backstory, and they've got the underworld has been Thor's suggested Thor's going to up in the underworld or whatever the Marvel equivalent is. The rumour that Hulk's going to end up in space, that's been going around for ages, and presumably he would then tie in with some of the bigger universe stuff. So yeah, it seems like there's quite a lot going on and quite a lot introducing. So it's getting quite complicated, and I'd be interested to know if people who've seen Avengers without having seen the previous films, how will they follow that film? Because that film didn't bother to introduce the characters. It just hit the ground and went, here we go. It didn't really explain the plot that much either. We kind of knew Loki and we knew the Cube from the previous films, but if you hadn't seen them, then I'd be interested to know just how much sense it made. This one similarly might make even less sense on that regard. But then that's what the films are doing. The films are creating, this is their strength and their weakness. They're creating this amazing shared universe. But then is that the penalty that you pay? Is that you start to lock people out of it? Conversely, in an attempt to not lock people out, because they've done amazingly well so far, when you think about it, creating something that you can really get, a series that you can really get deep into, and one that's just good by itself, films are just good by themselves, that anyone can enjoy. They've done an amazing job. But in doing that, in keeping it open to new audiences, are they starting to piss off the fanboys? It's already a little bit weird that we've lost Betty, Liv Tyler's character, from the Hulk movie. The Hulk movie kind of feels like The Outsider anyway, just because they recast Norton, so that movie actually feels... I think it's a good movie, a really good movie, but it does feel a bit like The Outsider. So we lost her, we lost the leader. There's supposedly I heard there's like a mini story somewhere that explains what happened to him, but I don't know what it is. I haven't bothered to look it up. It's been lost on me, so we don't know what happened to him. The Red Skull's deaths seemed a bit ambiguous. He was sort of zapped away. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Graviton, that went nowhere. They sort of set that character up and then there's probably a few more I'm not thinking of. Crossbones in Winter Soldier, but that could still be resolved. That wasn't that long ago. So they're opening a lot of plot threads that aren't being resolved. Similarly, if you're going into Age of Ultron hoping to find out about the aftermath of Winter Soldier, about what happened to Shield, what happened to Hydra, you're probably not going to find out, because that's pretty much been covered in Agents of Shield, and that's basically what that show was there for. I mean, that show started out as a kind of Monster of the Week thing until Winter Soldier happened, and then it was apparent that that's why they started the show in the first place, to carry on that storyline. So if you have done much Agents of Shield, then that's probably not going to be resolved for you until you do, and there's quite a bit of that to catch up on now. And Agents of Shield has turned out all along, spoilers again, that has been a massive trailer for the Inhumans movie all along. So when the Inhumans movie comes out, is that going to not make any sense unless you've seen Agents of Shield? Yeah. And then Ant-Man. Ant-Man is supposedly taking a significant amount of Ant-Man is going to take place with the Agent Carter characters. I don't know in what capacity. If I had to guess, I'd say they're going to be about the founding of S.H.I.E.L.D. Ant-Man might have been involved in that. I don't know. Again, that's just a total guess on my part. I haven't even read about that. I just know that those characters are going to appear in no small capacity, not just random cameos. They're going to appear as part of the main storyline. So that's interesting. But again, if you don't know the Agent Carter cast, if you haven't seen Captain America and you haven't seen any of the Agent Carter, is that going to be lost on you? Is that going to be straight over your head? So yeah, I think they're treading a very fine line. But as I said, you could piss off the fanboys if it doesn't all tie in. If having a vast knowledge of the MCU doesn't pay off, then what's the point of having it? You know, I'm familiar with all the shows and everything else. I want this cross continuity. I want things to crop up that I get that other people don't get, maybe. So yeah, well, I'm investing in this series. I want the payoff. So they can't deny that. They can't, you know, they can't. They don't want to alienate new audience, but at the same time they don't want to, you know, tick off the loyal audience, and that's really tricky. It's a really tricky place to be. I think the next phase 3, leading on from here, and we've got Civil War and whatever else, is going to be interesting. I'm not sure how they're going to keep going here without getting something a bit muddled, because there's a lot now. There's a lot to keep up with. You can't just assume that people are watching all of the movies, and you definitely can't assume that people are watching all of the shows. I mean, I don't know. You know, Agent of Shield I know is not doing badly, but I don't know a huge number of people that watch it. Daredevil obviously does massively well. Loads of people into that, but that's been only sort of barely connected to the universe at the moment. But yeah, that's the crux of the issue that I'm worried about. So I'm going to see Age of Ultron. I'm going to see how it goes, how well it holds up. I'm assuming it's going to be good. Odds are it's going to be good. I think Marvel have earned respect, and Joss Whedon, of course. So it seems really unlikely it's going to be bad, but you can't deny that it's possible. Anything's possible. Batman vs Superman might be the greatest movie ever made, for all we know. Anything's possible. But yeah, I'll talk about this some more once I've seen Age of Ultron. Just wanted to get this out there, as it is a concern that I just don't know how they can hold up both sides of this, or how long they can hold both sides of this together. I'd rather they went in the fan route, because I am invested in the series. I'd rather they just went for it and just said, you know, if you want to watch these movies now, then you need to have watched these ones first. You just need to do that, which seems very cheeky. If it's going to come out, say, in the Civil War storyline, they're saying you might as well not even bother watching that unless you've seen all the others, and people are like, well, now we have to watch the others, and I don't know, maybe it's cheeky, maybe it's not, I don't know. I'm personally, as I say, I'm invested in the series, so that's the way I want it to go. Anyway, look out for my big review once I've seen Age of Ultron. Check out all my old videos on DC and Marvel and so forth and so forth. Subscribe to the channel, like this video, comment this video if you have comment. If you are somebody who saw the Avengers or whatever without having seen the previous films, I'd be interested to know what your take on was it. Were you as impressed by it as first of all, it's a very good action film, but did it not work for you on a certain level? Was there something off? Was it not worth it? I don't know. Just if you are that person, let me know. I'm saying that's one person, probably more than one person. If you haven't seen any of the series, then I would check it out. It'd be interesting to see. If you haven't seen any of them at all, jump on board somewhere, and Avengers would be a good start, and just see if it makes sense to you, see if it grabs you in, like it did for everyone who saw the follow-up films. Anyway, yeah, whatever I was saying, like and subscribe and check out the rest of the channel and check out all my other stuff and short films and things and blah blah blah. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. I'm on Twitter and I'm on Facebook. And yeah, the One Bearded Man. You can find the One Bearded Man on Twitter and Facebook. It's been named that now, which it wasn't before, but now it's changed. And that's going to be much more for me, hopefully, in the future. And I will chat again soon. Thanks for watching. The end.